What is up, guys? You got NotTheWorst here, bringing another Black Desert online video, and today we're taking a look at the Global Lab updates that were released today. Some pretty big things, two notably large things going on. So let's jump in and take a look. First up, node wars were changed, as were conquest wars, at least to a point. Essentially what's going on is we now have a schedule where all of the nodes within certain zones go available at specific days. So if you take a look at Mondays, for instance, you have Balanos and Calpheon. That means all territories in those areas are going to be up for grabs at that point. So it's got kind of a go wherever you want type effect during those days. It's 2 days for each one, and then Sundays has all regions along with it. You can have multiple nodes along with it, and it does also introduce node wars in Kama Sylvia as well, so that's expanded a bit. And then as far as conquest wars, you can now have multiple territories for that zone as well. They do have a developer's note that I want to cover in here because they mentioned some things about PA and what they plan to do with it. Actually, it's pretty long, so let's not dive all the way through that, but the last paragraph is what I wanted to get into. In addition, we are reviewing the Black Spirit 100% and 200% skill of all characters. Only characters with a large difference in performance will be upgraded. In addition, the 200% Black Spirit skill will have a rather long cooldown, as it has great influence in large-scale battles. In addition, for some skills with strong influence, such as Witch and Wizard's Protection Area, Valkyrie's Elian's Protection, etc., we are considering a way to adjust it. Any comments on this part are also appreciated. So it does look like they're looking for some type of feedback for what they should change with that. We'll have to see how that develops over time. Also, will be interesting to see if any type of NA influence has any input on it, but I doubt it because it typically doesn't, and we'll just have to see. Next up, we have yet another Haddam server introduced to it. This is the Castle Ruins. The Serendia Castle Ruins that are there is now going to be a 3-man spot that you can grind across Al-Rundi's forces there. So that's pretty cool to continue adding more group grind spots. We've got family shared inventory. This is kind of an interesting thing. So there's a new relic that is called the family bag. It's a bag shared by the entire family, and the items put in the bag are convenient items that can be used on any character. Not all items can be stored in the family crest bag. Only the following consumable items can be moved: order documents, food, non-medicine, companion animal food, and recovery for your workers as well. Items that do not specify the function to put in a family bag in the item description cannot move into the bag. You're going to start off with getting 2 slots by completing a quest, and it will have 100 weight to it. You can then get pearl and loyalty items to up it up to 28 slots total, so you can split it across at least pet food and that sort of thing to your other characters without having to do any tricks with storage. Now, the other major change, we have item increase scroll changes. So essentially what you can do now, this is a recharge point system similar to Agris Fever, as the dev note on it says. You can consume these scrolls so that they are a point value system instead of just the time limit for it. So if you look at item drop scrolls, 30, 60, event 60, same, and then advanced 60, they're all worth the same value, of course, for it. 50,000 points for 30, double that, and then double that for each of the others. You then are able to use these points just like Agris Fever does, so you would activate your choice of stage activation, similar to using a regular scroll at stage 1 or an advanced scroll at stage 2. So it increases your drop rate by 100% on both of them, and then it's a matter of, do you want to increase your item drop rate by 50% or by 100%? Activating stage 2 does use double the points, so it is like consuming an advanced scroll in that regard. The point to these is to give you the ability to use your item drop scrolls in a different manner than just time limit. So instead of being restricted to your 30-minute, 60-minute, what have you for your item drop scrolls, it's point value system based on when you're killing the monsters. So this could help with things like going to node war in the middle of being in a loot scroll, or your buddy wants you to help them do something else. You're like, cool, let me just turn this off and I'll come back to this because I've got, drop scrolls added on them. Or somebody wants to duel for spot and you decide you're going to do a best of 5 or something wild like that, or you get wrapped up in PvP on Arsha, you can just click off your scroll from that point and then go ahead and go ahead and do what you need to do. So it's kind of a nice thing. The way they describe it, though, is that the points, just like Agris Fever, are going to be varied based on where you're at. I'll run through the dev note real quickly on this. Method of using the item drop scroll has been added. Update is made for those who are unable to fill 30 minutes or an hour after using the drop scroll, or are sad that the time is sometimes wasted, war with other guilds, etc. In the new method, the item drop increase scroll is converted to points similar to Agris Fever and consumed when defeating monsters. The efficiency may vary depending on the growth of the hunting ground or adventurers, but compared to the general method, it'll be designed to a level that cannot be reached. It may not be a meaningful patch for all adventurers, but I hope it'll be meaningful for adventurers who's needed in this feature. Yeah, so the point I want to make there is that it does say that the efficiency of it's going to depend on what you're killing, just like Agris Fever does. So it could be that after a bit of figuring out that in some zones, if you can use a regular 30-minute or 1-hour loot scroll, you may be better off than doing it in the point system. Again, I think if you're on Arsha, this is probably just strictly better since you're typically fighting a lot of other people and wasting some loot scroll time. But we'll see once those get implemented. Hopefully that doesn't take too long to hit the live servers. We've got a new racetrack added for the Old Moon Grand Prix. We've got Karanda Heart recipes. Just looks like you can turn Karanda's Heart into a ton of Mystical Spirit Powder or Massive Pure Magic if you should choose. The Farid Guild Boss scroll guy was updated as well. We have, there was one other thing, pure magical lumps have begun to be discovered in the separated mountain base. Added pure magic to the excavation node, and then the Crypt of Resting Thoughts. The probability of obtaining a pure magic mass is doubled at this point. Other than that, we just had some bug fixes. There weren't any class changes, a couple of bug fixes for that, so nothing else to speak of. So that is it for the Global Labs this week. Let me know what you guys think about these updates in the comments down below. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like it. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so you get notifications when new videos do go live. And if you'd like to catch me playing live, there's a link to my Twitch page in the description below. You can jump on over there, drop a follow so you get updates for that as well. With that said, that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I will see you next time. Great moments are born from great opportunities. That's what we have here today, folks. We've got a great opportunity. If we click this enhancement 100 times, we might fill 99 of them. But not this click. Not this time. Here we go. Okay, well, maybe we did fail that one. 0 for 8 on the old Pen Black, sorry.